Hello, I'm Ashley Hansen, and I will be presenting a critique for the article titled Associations Between Built Environment, Neighborhood Socioeconomic Status, and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus Type 2 Infection Among Pregnant Women in New York City. Our built environment, or the human-made environment we live in and interact with, has a long-established association with the spread of infectious diseases. The current pandemic continues to support this. A recent study in New York City during the height of New York's COVID-19 epidemic revealed significant differences in hospitalization and death rates across New York City, with the highest rates coming from Queens and the Bronx. But no study as yet analyzed the association between infection, built environment, and socioeconomic status. Physicians affiliated with the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Columbia University and researchers from the Department of Environmental Sciences at Columbia's Mailman School of Public Health collaborated to assess the level of association between built environment, neighborhood, socioeconomic status, and the transmission of SARS-CoV-2. The study was a cross-sectional cohort study which identified 434 women. The study was exempted from informed consent and approved by Columbia University's Institutional Review Board. Once identified, patients were matched with demographic and socioeconomic data from the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey. Variables including number of residential units and mean assessed value, and neighborhood-level variables including median household income, poverty rate, unemployment rate, population density, and household crowding were abstracted for the study. Cohort characteristics show a pool of women from 24 to 35 years of age presenting from 37.4 weeks gestation to 39.7 weeks. Because the study is highly unique in nature, it may not be representative of other populations. There are also other factors which may be, if considered, alter statistics. The study narrows the definition of built environment to the household, but other interactions should be considered, such as where the patient works, how long their commute is, and how they commute. The data is also only representative of one of New York's 62 acute care hospitals. To measure association, the study uses interdecile odds ratio and probability, both with 95% confidence intervals. Two-sided p-values at less than 0.05 were considered significant. The study fit bivariable logistic regression models with cluster-robust standards and errors, and exposures were modeled as continuous independent variables. The models were used to estimate both the interdecile odds ratio and the probability. Of the 434 subjects identified, 396 were linked to buildings or neighborhoods in New York City, 71 of whom tested positive for SARS-CoV-2. The odds of COVID-19 infection were lower for women residing in buildings with more housing units and higher value, in neighborhoods with higher to median household income, and odds were higher for women residing in neighborhoods with high rates of unemployment and increased crowding. There was no significant association between infection and population density or poverty rate. 23.5% of cases were associated with lower building values compared to 8.2% from higher assessed values. 23.2% were associated with lower income neighborhoods compared to 8.9%. 22.1% were from neighborhoods with higher unemployment rates compared to 11.8%. 23.9% from households with higher membership compared to 9%. And 22.9% were associated with household crowding compared to 11.6%. A strength of this study is the use of a universally tested population, allowing for the ascertainment of asymptomatic cases within the defined population. However, the findings of this study may not be indicative of other populations given the unique and narrow participant demographics, physiology, and social features. The study also relies heavily on abstraction to set parameters. Finally, with a small sample size and high degree of correlation, multivariable analysis is precluded. The study found an association of SARS-CoV-2 transmission amongst pregnant women in New York City during the height of the New York epidemic and large household membership, household crowding, and low socioeconomic status. Here's the information for the study should you be interested, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.